Busy day today, fellas. Trying to do some more prep here. Just some final touches. A couple of things I've been meaning to do. Throwing on the new shoes. This thing, these tires look good, but man, they still got plenty of life left in them. But when you're gonna go race, it's cheaper to put down some good rubber on the tires, and when you go racing, it's cheaper to have some good tires on and not regret it than to even risk not having good tires on. So for me, especially from the motorcycle racing days, it's way better to have good tires on than worry about traction. Anyways, there they are, brand new, fresh shoes. Look at those things. Mickey Thompson. They are the pro. They're the pro radials. People keep telling me run bias. Well, bias might be good for not having it, hurt your axles and things like that on a stick shift car. But for me, I do a lot of roll racing too, and I don't want to have that bias floppy flex, up at high speeds from rolls. I'll be doing some rolls here at Street Car Takeover as well as digs, but I like the strength of the radials, and I haven't broke anything yet, thank God, because I'm not launching super hard. I'm not launching off two-step or anything like that, so still take it easy on it. Still, like I said, still stock, all the drivetrain stock, suspension stock. Look at those things, beautiful ugly shocks. So got something else came in today. Shout out to Doug out at ECS on the Corvette forums. Got a hold of him, trying to get this thing here quick enough for Street Car Takeover, and he did it. So we're gonna unbox this thing out with the old, which is a fantastic little intercooler. I mean, you gotta figure that little thing pushing almost 1,000 horse through it. It's holding just fine. Still is winter time, of course, so things are gonna get warm here soon. So need some cooling. So there's the bay, wide open. We're going with 2 blow-off valves instead of just the one, and hopefully that'll help with the neutral throttle stuff and make it so this thing's nice and smooth on the low end, because the single blow-off, it's not relieving enough pressure, I don't think. At least that's what we think, so we'll see. All right, and there she is in all her glory. ECS's race, there she is. ECS's race version of my intercooler, about the same thickness, but almost twice as wide. I mean, this thing's big. It's supposed to mount right up into our brackets. Another blow-off valves. We got 2 of them now. Perfect. Throw that thing together, and I'll get this thing mounted up in just a little bit, and hopefully it fits in there pretty easily. There's not much room, but these guys know what they're doing. Mounts right up to the old brackets, so I think we'll be good. There she is. We'll put her on. There she is in all her glory. I gotta go down to AutoZone real quick. That blow-off valve hook up there, which is kind of gonna be a bitch to get to down inside of there without pulling that off. I might have to pull that off, but I'm gonna set that in there in a minute. I gotta go get a vacuum tee, so I can tee this and run the other vacuum line to the new blow-off valve and get that thing squared away. This intercooler is stupid. The thing, I'm probably gonna have to pull the hood and pull these off, because these things are getting in the way with how wide it is. What a pain in my ass. All right, guys, so the intercooler's on. That wasn't very much fun at all. It was supposed to be a pretty much a direct bolt-in swap from ECS, and I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't easy. First off, the simple little thing, the flanges on the bottom, these deals, different bolt altogether. It was a bigger bolt that goes in the new one, smaller one in that one. So that is the support bolt for the bottom, couldn't use it. Also, the blow-off valve, they put 2 blow-off valves on it, which is what I wanted. They offer it. The blow-off valve on the driver's side is so close to a support bracket that you cannot scoot it over to get the hood shut on the far side. So, is it fitting in there right? Yeah, it fits in there right. It drops in. I had to pull the whole hood assembly. I had to pull both sides. I had to pull the hood all the way off. The blow-off valve down there is too close to the support assembly. So you actually have to lift the radiator back just a little bit because the condenser is in the way, but the mount for the condenser. So it isn't like the car's been crashed and it's off. No, it's just how the intercooler's made. I mean, this thing, it's not easy. So that bracket there, this blow-off valve hits it. If you have it this way, you can clear it on the inside of that, or the outside of, but it doesn't work because then the hood doesn't shut because the intercooler, which is right here, is shifted, and is shifted to the passenger side too much. So the hood won't clear over there. Anyways, so I had to lift radiator bracket, or the radiator mount, back a little bit. It's stable, it's secure on here. Everything's clear up there. And I have the mount up top mounted, so it's not going anywhere. I had to rebend and re-drill because you have to push this intercooler so far back. So I had to rebend the bracket, re-drill, remount it. And then over here, of course, one of my T-bands, I had to zip tie this for a minute. My T-bands is broken. What I had to do is I trimmed this piping here that runs around because it is just too long. It was trying to sit out here, and of course I stupidly cut more of this away. I'll have to patch that up. But this, it would not mount up. So this piping just wouldn't fit. So I had to cut some of that piping to make sure it went into the intercooler, because this thing was made to go halfway, basically halfway over here where the old intercooler went. Well, the new one's huge. So, sorry about that. So as far as direct swap, no, it doesn't just drop in because it's too big. It's too, with the blow-off valve flange on the other side, the blow-off, and then the piping over here on this side. There's no way it could drop in without pulling the hood brackets and the hood. Then also another trick, which wasn't too much fun, was the other blow-off valve they mounted is in the very front. So without pulling the bumper, you have to try to wedge your hands up inside of here and around, and do the blow-off valve, clamp it, hook it on there and everything, because it will not clear with the blow-off valve flange on there. Big intercooler, I mean, it is what it is, I guess. I gotta deal with it. But anyways, not as easy as they say, not even close. So it took me probably 3 or 4 hours of in and out, goofing around, pulling the hood. Had to have somebody help me pull the hood. So now everything is pretty much buttoned up. I got to start it up, run it, make sure it's good. And of course, I have it set to do a road tune with Bill. Got the drags on, everything's ready to go. And rain. So now I got to decide when he has time if I'm gonna throw the street tires on it, drive it over there. If it's gonna get on the dyno, because if it's wet outside, we can't street tune it, we can't road tune it. And I got to get this thing tuned. It's probably gonna be off a little bit with this intercooler. So if you can't road tune it, maybe you can get me on the dyno. And if you can, that'd be fantastic. So we'll see. Peace. All right, guys. Been a long process, long day, a long couple days. Intercooler's done, everything's on. Obviously, car's loaded up. It's been raining like crazy, and so I didn't get a chance to get the tune done. it's definitely not, it's not as easy as they said for just drop in for that intercooler. I appreciate Doug and those guys at ECS getting that one done for me fast, but holy crap, it wasn't just drop in and swap out. It was a little more labor intensive than I thought it would be, but whatever. Car's loaded up, ready to go. I have to work tomorrow. We didn't get to do any tuning today at all. We're gonna do some road tuning, but with the rain, even if, I mean, can't take it out like this with rain. So Dr. Bill, being the sweetheart he is, he's gonna meet us at the shop at Arizona Elite Motorsports at around 8 a.m. on Saturday morning. I have to work tomorrow, so I can't. Saturday morning, we're gonna head out to his shop on the way to Tucson. He's gonna tune it for us, do the road tune, make some adjustments. It's definitely running a little off because of the intercooler and the dual blow-offs. It's pushing a lot more air out. So at idle and relaxed throttle, it's running rich because all the air is pushing out of the blow-offs like it's supposed to. So, car's ready. I got 20 gallons of T85 today at Torco, and got finally the other T-band clamp that I needed because I had one bad. Those things just seem to go bad. But we're ready to go. So we'll see how Street Car Takeover does. I said we still have the 3.47 pulley and like 14.2 degrees of timing. Super chill tune still. So I think we might make some adjustments tomorrow. Maybe turn it up a little bit. I don't know, depending on how it runs with the intercooler. I broke one of my major rules, and that's not, you don't fiddle with that much crap right before a race weekend, and I did it. Intercooler was here, I wanted to do it. I still didn't put the booster pump on. I still have one of those ready to go. We're just gonna bump up the voltage on the regular pump. The in-tank Walboro 450, just as a little safety precaution, just to have that extra fuel. And we'll do that eventually. So we'll see how this thing goes on the tuning on Saturday morning on the way to Tucson. Hopefully everything works out good. We'll head down Street Car Takeover, do some roll racing, and then some stick shift class, and see what we can do. The DA is super high down there. Even in the wintertime, it's probably 3,000 to 4,000 feet. That's just how it is. None of that sweet negative DA like you guys, lucky guys in North Carolina or ATCO or wherever. Negative 1,500, negative 2,000. I can't even imagine how fast cars will go down there. But it's what we have here in Arizona. So thanks for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, and we got some more stuff coming up. Rematch. I heard that guy's gonna rematch that yellow truck. I heard they're up in the nitrous shot on that thing, so they're shooting for more power. And we'll just go out there with this thing with the belt tight this time, not loose like it was. Dumbass me. And we'll see how it goes. Thanks again for tuning in. Peace.